they're looking at specific areas. First for the Dolphins, they need some help at running back.
They sure do, Charlie. Due to the unfortunate death of David Overstreet in the offseason, running back has become a real priority for him. They drafted Joe Carter in the 4th round of the recent draft out of the University of Alabama, hoping that he can take some of the heat off of Tony Nathan.
And defensively, Miami needs help at linebacker due to injuries.
Jackie Shipp, the #1 draft choice out of the University of Oklahoma, is getting a lot of playing time because of the injuries to A.J. Dewey. He had surgery on his shoulder and his knee in the offseason.
For the Raiders, they need help at tight end. That's really a question mark for them.
What's surprising, the world champions, the leading receiver in the National Football League, Todd Christensen, is a contract holdout. He hasn't been in training camp, and Don Hasselback, the backup tight end, is also injured. They have a question at tight end.
They also have a question at linebacker due to a retirement.
My old friend, historic Ted Hendricks, who gave me a lot of fun when I was playing, has retired. And Jeff Barnes, who played a lot last year in passing situations, now has to come in and stop the run.
Don Shula, the head coach of the Miami Dolphins. Now, Miami today will be again without the services of Dan Marino, who is scheduled to be their starting quarterback when the season begins. An update on his condition.
Well, first of all, Charlie, Dan Marino injured his index finger on his throwing hand, dislocated it against the New Orleans Saints in a scrimmage sometime in late July. His progress has been very good. They put a cast on the index finger. He has actually got it removed to a point now where it's just protecting the middle knuckle. He was throwing this week and plans on playing next week. Don Shula said that he could possibly play some today. I doubt if we'll see him. He has said that he wants to give him the full game next week. There
you see him in the background, number 13, as Shula was passing in front of him. But the thing is that he did not start until past the 1/3 mark of the season last year, so he needs a lot of work.
He sure does. He didn't start till the 4th or 5th game. Plus, he was injured 2 games into the season last year. He is a second-year player that needs all the snaps he can get.
And here's Tom Flores, the head coach of the world champion Los Angeles Raiders. And they're in pretty good shape.
They're in great shape, Charlie. Their main concern, besides getting physically in shape, is to get through the preseason without any major injuries. You look at the rosters of the 28 teams in the National Football League going into training camp, and you say, geez, these people should be good, or these should really be contenders. But you got to wait and see how they come out of preseason. And the Raiders want to come through without any serious injuries. They didn't have any last year, and they haven't had any so far this year.
A gorgeous day in Los Angeles. It is clear, 81 degrees, just a bit of a breeze 5 miles out of the west. And this time of the year, when you're in Southern California, well, that means it's a perfect day to go to the beach. And as you can see from the crowd here today, a lot of people took up that option. This is the ring, the World Championship ring of the Los Angeles Raiders, the 3 center set diamonds, of course, for the 3 Super Bowls that they have won.
One of the biggest I've ever seen. I tried one on and I put it over 2 of my fingers.
All right, the Los Angeles Raiders have won the toss, and they will. And preseason football is underway from the Los Angeles Coliseum. And Montgomery lets it go through his hands, goes through the end zone. A touchback will bring it out to the 20-yard line. So Los Angeles will open on their own 20, 1st and 10. And Jim Plunkett, as you see, number 16 coming out, will be the starting quarterback. He is scheduled to play throughout the first half, maybe part of the second half, as we were talking. There's Jim, number 16, in his 14th year in the National Football League. Kenny King will be the starting fullback. And Marcus Allen, number 32, will be the tailback. The other running back, Cliff Branch, number 21, the ageless wide receiver, Malcolm Barnwell, number 80. And the tight end will be number 81, Andy Parker, rookie taken in the 5th round of the draft, and Marcus Allen gets the first call. And he goes to close to the 25-yard line. We'll mark it for 5, 2nd and 5 as Doug Betters makes the tackle. An offensive line for the Raiders, it'll be Bruce Davis as we go from left to right. Then Charlie Hanna at left guard. Jim Romano replacing Dave Dalby as a groin pull, so Romano will play today. Mickey Marvin at right guard, and the great Henry Lawrence will be at right tackle. 2nd down and 5. Raiders with the ball, just shy of their own 25-yard line. Kenny King. And he is chased out of bounds near the 1st down marker by Charles Bowser. Let's look at the defense of the Dolphins, the basic 3-4 set.
Hopkins replacing King.
Just shy of the first down marker. Casper comes in to go with a double tight end set. And Frank Hawkins comes in and picks up the first down. He goes just across the 30 to the 31-yard line. All right, now let's look at the secondary for the Miami Dolphins. Plunkett to throw. All the time in the world, and he goes deep. And it is caught by Malcolm Barnwell. And Don McNeil had good coverage on him, Bob.
He sure did, Charlie. It was man-to-man coverage. Plunkett read it very well and laid it out and let Barnwell run underneath it.
49 yards on the pass play.
Play action fake. The Dolphins in man-to-man coverage. McNeil has pretty good coverage. Barnwell, the throw is out there where he can run underneath it. Good concentration.
First down at the Miami 20-yard line. Bob Brudzinski comes in as a linebacker for the Dolphins. And Plunkett to throw again. And this one is too high as he goes in a quick out to Cliff Branch. And William Judson had the coverage. So it'll be second down and 10. We'll be seeing a lot of rookies today, both for the Dolphins and for the Raiders. And we had a chance to get the opinions from several members of the coaching staff of both teams, and we'll be dropping those in throughout the telecast this afternoon. Second down and 10. The ball on the 20-yard line. Here's Marcus Allen. And Marcus spins for about 4 to the 16-yard line, so it'll be third down and 6. Jackie Shipp makes the tackle. And here's Coach Don Shula as he talked about Jack, one draft choice out of Oklahoma. Jackie Shipp, number 50. Third down and 6 for the Raiders. And flags go down. Whistle sound. Jerry Seaman is the referee. Illegal procedure will be the call.
Illegal procedure.
It will be against the Raiders, and something that has been added this year, a little quicker walk-off of penalties. As the umpire walks off the penalty, the referee comes and he'll
False
give
start
us the full description.
prior to the snap. Number 65, offense.
And his microphone doesn't work, so we got part of it right anyway. So move the ball out to the 21-yard line. Down goes over. It'll be third down and 11. Marcus Allen and Kenny King are the two running backs. Plunkett the quarterback. He sends 5 out on the pattern, and the pass is complete to Barnwell near the first down. Robert Sowell is the man who made the tackle, in as an extra defensive back, and the market just shy of the 10-yard line. So it's going to be close.
Take a good look at the protection. Good protection, a nice opening for him to release the football. It's going to be a very close as to whether or not they made the first down.
And the change will be coming out on the field.
Inches to see if your offense can pick them up. Early in the regular season or in the middle of the season, you may not go for it. This is a good opportunity to check your offense and see if they can pick it up.
Casper comes in as a second tight end. Hawkins comes in as a running back. Casper comes in motion and becomes the lead blocker. First down. Frank Hawkins picks it up. Don McNeil makes the tackle. Mark it at the 8-yard line. It'll be first down and goal to go.
McNeil makes
Tough, hard running. Hawkins. McNeil hits him in the backfield, just doesn't hold on for long enough, as we'll see. Right there, good contact. Good play by Hawkins to spin out of it, get the first down. Good tough running. The Dolphins need to improve their short yardage and goal line run defense.
This is the 9th play of the drive that started back at the 20-yard line. Marcus Allen. And we'll give him a yard to the 7. It'll be second down, goal to go. Bob Baumauer, the nose tackle, was there to stop him.
Charlie, coming into the season, the new defensive coordinator for the Dolphins, Chuck Studley, says one of the things he wants to do with his defense is be more physical. His defensive line, and in particularly in situations where they're backed up near their own goal line or in short yardage situations. That's one of the emphasis this training camp is to be tougher on 3rd and 4th and short yardage situations.
The officials spot the ball right at the 8-yard line, so it's 2nd down goal to go at the 8. On the draw is Marcus Allen jumping to the outside, and he goes to the 5-yard line. 3rd down and goal at the 5. Wasn't that much there, and Marcus he made 3 yards out of it.
That was Marcus Allen all the way. That is not in the playbook what he did there, but a great running back can make something out of nothing, and you got a great example of it right there.
Frank Hawkins comes in. Kenny King comes out of the offensive set for Los Angeles. Slot on the right side with Branch in the slot. Plunkett has pressure, and he is sacked. First sack of the ball game, and Doug Betters is the man who got him. Betters with 16 sacks last year.
So we got 2 of the top players defensively in the league.
From the 21-yard line, an attempt of 31 yards by Chris Barr, and it is good. So the Los Angeles Raiders moving on an 80-yard drive, thwarted, counter with the field goal attempt. They have the lead 3-0. 4th round of the draft. Carter fields it at the 2. He's out to the 10, the 15, and stopped at the 16-yard line. So we'll take a timeout with the score. The Raiders 3, the Dolphins nothing. Raiders lead the Dolphins by a score of 3-0. Miami now with their first opportunity on offense, and they have a first down at their own 16-yard line. Don Strock, the starting quarterback. And now a momentary timeout by the officials. Andra Franklin plowing for 3 to the 19. It'll be 2nd down and 7 as Van McElroy makes the tackle. The offensive line for the Miami Dolphins, and it's what you expect to see, is John Giesler moving from left to right. Roy Foster, the great center, number 57, Dwight Stevenson. Ed Newman will be at right guard, and Cleveland Green will be the right tackle. Eric Laxo has a cast on his left thumb. Marcus Allen on the sideline.
Offside. Lining up in the neutral zone. Number 75, defense.
Howie Long lining up in the neutral zone. So they take the penalty. The ball spotted at the 21-yard line.
Take a look at Allen, who has a bruised shoulder. We don't think it's too serious, and I think he did it when he hit the ground. It's his left shoulder, and I think when he hit the ground, he bruised that shoulder.
First down and 15. Strock to throw. Juggled and then pulled down by Woody Bennett now in the backfield and close to the first down. He may have it. Bob Nelson with the tackle. They'll mark it at the 27-yard line. That should stand up for the first down.
Woody Bennett, normally a fullback, has been given some time at tight end. Strock looks to his left, then he comes back and is looking downfield, dumps it off to Bennett, number 34. Woody's juggling around. It ain't that tough, Woody. Grab onto it.
He does make it harder than it is.
It's tough to throw those footballs with handles on them.
27-yard line. It is a first down. And the defense is there to meet Andra Franklin. Led by Reggie Kinlaw, the middle guard who had that great game in the Super Bowl. Let's look at that defense of the Raiders. Basic 3-4 on the set. And it will be at left end. Howie Long, number 75, with the big eyes. In the middle, 62, Reggie Kinlaw. And the old man of the mountain himself in his 14th year, age 35, Lyle Alzado. Linebackers, Jeff Barnes replacing Ted Hendricks. Matt Millen inside left. Inside right is Bob Nelson. And the great Rod Martin is on the right side. Woody Bennett. Close to the first down. Van McElroy makes the tackle. Gain of 11 on the play. Tony Nathan is in the ball game as a running back. And Nathan gets the call. He jumps to the outside, and there's no room there. But he does manage to scramble to the 42 or the 43 before Howie Long brings him down. In the secondary for the Raiders, you've got two great corners. Lester Hayes, number 37, will be on the left side. And on the right side, number 22, Mike Haynes. The safeties, Mike Davis, number 36. Van McElroy, number 26. So in reality, on the field, at all times, are two excellent corners. Hayes and Haynes for the Raiders, and Judson and McNeil for the Dolphins.
Well said, Charlie. Probably two of the best sets of corners in the NFL.
And then don't forget Gerald Small trying to work back into that starting lineup for the Dolphins. Franklin again. 45-yard line. Matt Millen makes the tackle. It'll be 3rd down and 3.
I always felt, Charlie, it was very tough to come out and start a game and try to run against the Raider defense. They're going to try and stop your running game on 1st and 2nd down and put you into a throwing situation. And if you come out and are predictable on 1st and 2nd down trying to run, they're going to stop you. They're going to be very tough. Look at Dan Marino, who would like to be in there, says he could play, but I don't think that Coach Shula is going to allow him to play today.
Jim Jensen, the man of all seasons, is in now as a tight end. We'll see him all over the field. Pass is dropped at the 40-yard line. Should have been caught. And Strock had the pressure. Mike Davis, the defensive coverage.
Good throw by Strock, right on the money.
50-yard line. And the Dolphins have another opportunity. It's 1st down. Raiders leading 3-0. Strock to throw. And this one is caught. Mike Clayton stepping out of bounds on the near side, but he did pick up the 1st down. 13 yards on the play to the 37-yard line. We've got 4 minutes and 51 seconds left to go in the 1st quarter.
Clayton has been an exciting addition to this ball club. Last year as a rookie out of University of Louisville, came on punt returns after Tommy Vigorito was injured, and has really shown some excellent mobility running the football after he catches it this preseason. He's made some big runs. Don Shula giving him a chance to play a little bit here today.
The line of scrimmage at Los Angeles 37, 1st down. Andra Franklin. 4 yards to the 34.
Special teams player.
2nd down and 6. Tony Nathan dropped for a loss by Matt Millen. Earlier we talked to Jim Jensen about his numerous roles.
Because he has to have the big face mask if he's going to play tight end and punt center snaps, and also he's got to be able to play quarterback with the lighter equipment.
Howie Long was offside on the last play. Another penalty against the Raiders, and it will be 2nd down and 1 at the 28-yard line of Los Angeles. So the Raiders have stopped the Dolphins in reality a couple of times on this drive, but they've hurt themselves. Here's Strock to throw. The pass is complete to Woody Bennett, and Bennett is out of bounds with the 1st down at the 25-yard line. Jeff Barnes was there for Los Angeles.
We've seen 3 times now in various situations on this drive alone where the Raiders have been penalized 5 yards that have helped the Dolphins move the ball down the field. Of course, Don Shula and the Dolphins, one of the least penalized teams in the league for the last 5 or 6 years. The Raiders have been up near the most penalized teams, and it's showing on this drive here. It's keeping the Dolphins offense on the field.
The Raiders leading 3-0, courtesy of Chris Barr's 31-yard field goal, coming at the 8:52 mark in the 1st quarter. Now with just over 4 minutes to go in the 1st. And here's Franklin. And the defense stacks him up after a couple of yards, led by Matt Millen.
We'll look at Stevenson, 57 against Kinlaw, blows him back. Kinlaw is a very good defensive nose tackle. Of course, Stevenson has come on the last couple of years to be recognized around the league as the best at that position.
Tony Nathan and Woody Bennett are now the setbacks for Miami. 2nd and 9, 24-yard line. Strock looping one in a timing pattern is pulled down inside of the 10-yard line by Mark Clayton. And Clayton just battles his way near the 5. Mike Hayes was the man who had the coverage. He picks up 18 yards on the play.
First down.
It'll be first down and goal to go.
Mark Clayton, one of the big play people for the Miami Dolphins. This is just a go pattern. He throws it up high. The problem here is Haynes never sees the ball. Clayton looks back, sees it, and goes up and catches it. And that's what you like to see those wide receivers do. Clayton is not a very big receiver, but he has tremendous jumping ability, and Mike Haynes got the worst of that exchange.
And we've got a timeout on the field. With the score, the Raiders 3, the Dolphins nothing, but Miami first down and goal to go when we get of their drive. First down, goal to go, 5-yard line. Strock gives to the first back through is Tony Nathan. And maybe a yard to the 4 will be second down, goal to go. And flipping him was Matt Miller. Are you surprised at the call?
I was surprised at the handoff. I'm concerned about that inside handoff where you have to reverse pivot and hand back. Here we see it again. Andre Franklin, 37, goes behind Nathan. Strock reverse pivots. When you're down inside the 5-yard line, you certainly don't want any fumbles, and you don't want the quarterback getting the ball there late. Jensen is in at a flanker position. One of his other duties going across the formation. Just doesn't look safe for an 11 to be out there.
No. Here's Tony Nathan. Turned away at the 2-yard line. It'll be third down, goal to go. Van McElroy with the tackle. It doesn't, you're right, it doesn't look safe. How do you think Jim Jensen, number 11, feels about it?
He kind of laughs. He's got his big shoulder pads on, and he's having fun. His attitude is, anywhere I can play, I want to make this ball club. That's how he made it 3 years ago, and that's how he's staying as a utility man. But I got to cringe every time I see him line up at tight end.
Not a bad quarterback. He's completed 8 of 12 in preseason.
He can play.
Third down, goal to go, 2-yard line. Nathan with the lead block, and into the end zone is Andre Franklin. 13 plays on the drive, 84 yards. And Miami has taken the lead.
Don Shula is happy about that, but he's also got to be thankful that the Raiders were offsides 3 times in that drive, helped the drive along. That's something as a quarterback is really a gift for you. If you're not expecting it, you want to earn everything that you get, and then the defense hands you 5 yards 3 different times. It's got to be a big boost to the offensive team.
Here's the extra point attempt by Uwe van Schamen. Strock holding. And it is blocked. So the score remains Miami 6 and Los Angeles 3. We'll take a look at the no, we're going back to the touchdown. Franklin, led by Tony Nathan. Some of the biggest hitters in the National League are here next Saturday. Here's a preview. Reached up and blocked the extra point attempt.
That's got to be a low kick, Charlie. There's no way Piquel can jump that high.
He doesn't get off. He has good arm extension, but he doesn't get too high.
He got off the ground about 2 inches, I believe.
Now kicking off, it will be the rookie free agent, formerly from Coral Gables High School, played his collegiate ball in Auburn, number 17, Al Del Greco. And on the return, 85, Dokie Williams, or 28, Clee Montgomery. Clee Montgomery just kind of fights it out of bounds at the 2-yard line. And a flag is dropped. We'll take a timeout. We have 1:07 left to go. We're in the first quarter. The score is Miami 6 and Los Angeles 3. The Raiders and the Jets. Also next Friday, Miami will be at Tampa Bay. Now, the ball on the kickoff went out of bounds without being touched. 5-yard penalty, bring it back to the 30-yard line. And so Al Del Greco is doing it again. Lee Montgomery. This time he has the football. He's to the 20. Makes a nice move at the 25. Good return. And we have a little pushing and shoving mid-season form. Jimmy Cephalo and Burgess were there for Miami. The line of scrimmage, the 50-yard line, is Kenny King gets the call and gets a 5 to the Miami 45. William Judson with the tackle. It'll be 2nd down and 5 yards to go. 50 seconds left to go in the first quarter. Miami leading by a score of 6-3. For the Raiders, a 31-yard field goal. For Miami, Andra Franklin scoring from 2 yards out, and then Bill Pickel blocked the extra point attempt. Marcus Allen and Kenny King, the running back. Plunkett to throw. Over the middle, it is good. First down, 38-yard line. Andy Parker, the tight end, the rookie out of Utah, made the reception. Glenn Blackwood and Jackie Shipp were there for the defense.
Andy Parker's a 5th-round draft choice. We'll take a look at him on an inside release. His assignment is to get into the middle of the field and get between the linebackers. Pretty good execution. Well, Charlie, I look down there and I see these Raiders. I know they like to wear their black uniforms, but on a day like today in the middle of August, I think I'd rather have my white uniform on.
First down for the Raiders. Marcus Allen. A couple of yards to the 36. It'll be 2nd down and 8. You notice that the field here is not in that good a shape. The gun sounds. We'll talk about the field when we come back. That is the end of the first quarter. Miami out in front, 6-3. The bruised shoulder was the report that we have. We'll try and update that for you. 2nd down. He's been replaced by Greg Pruitt.
2nd down 7.
Plunkett over the middle. Barnwell has the first down inside the 20-yard line. Jackie Shipp with the tackle. 17 yards on the play.
It's a good look at it from the end zone. Good shot of the protection. Barnwell comes from the right side of the screen. Good reception, turns it upfield. That gives you a good shot. Here's a good shot of Jackie Shipp on his recovery, on his coverage, on his responsibility, getting back and trying. He's had problems because of his inability to cover the pass of playing pass defense.
Plunkett to throw again. The ball knocked away. It's a fumble. He did not move forward with his hand. Los Angeles recovers. They retain possession as Charlie Hanna went after it. Bob Brudzinski knocked the ball away. And we have whistles sounding as Plunkett stepped away from the center. Andy Parker, here's what the coaches say about him.
Andy Parker is a big tight end. Right now he's learning how to run routes, how to catch the ball downfield, which we like to do, but he's a very powerful tight end, blocks very well, and is coming quite rapidly on the passing game.
Andy Parker, number 81, the tight end for the Raiders. As you're with us at the top of the telecast, and you know that that's really a question mark, as Todd Christensen is not reported.
They've had some great tight ends here too, Chester and Casper and Christensen.
Following the penalty, 2nd down and 18 at the 27-yard line. Here's Greg Pruitt, and Pruitt is ridden down at about the 25. Mike Kozlowski makes the tackle. It'll go for a gain of a couple. It'll be 3rd down and around 16, maybe 17 to go for the first down. Marcus Allen, now the report, they're x-raying the left shoulder. Center of the field, not that good a shape. It looks as if David Walper's spaceship landed during the closing ceremonies. But the field will be in excellent shape for the beginning of the season. As you know now, the Raiders play the Jets here next Friday night. Right after that, field will be torn out and a new one put in. 3rd and 17. Plunkett has time, and it's dropped. Malcolm Barnwell. Plunkett had plenty of time in the pocket. The coverage was there for the Miami defense. He then stepped outside, still had lots of time.
Talking with Tom Flores yesterday at practice, he says we ask our quarterbacks to stay in the pocket a little bit longer, basically because the Raiders usually run longer pass patterns downfield that take longer for them to get open. That's why really their quarterbacks take more punishment than a lot of the quarterbacks around the league, because they ask them to stay in the pocket longer. Plunkett obviously had to move around there and didn't connect with his receiver.
Chris Barr with Mark Wilson holding. A 43-yard field goal attempt to tie it up. It is good for 43 yards away. So we're all tied up at 6-6 with 12:26 left to go. We're in the first half at the Coliseum in Los Angeles.
Weather and hold on to that ball.
The kickoff is high, and it is short. And Eddie Hill has the return for Miami. And the Dolphins will go to work at about their own 29-yard line. Ball game tied at 6-6. Miami with a touchdown. Raiders with a pair of field goals.
Really, Charlie, we've only had 3 possessions, 2 by the Raiders, 2 field goals, 1 by the Dolphins and Don Strock. Strock now in his 3 preseason appearances has had 5 touchdowns in 6 appearances. The other one, I think, was a missed field goal, but that's pretty good percentage, 5 out of 6.
Charlie Hanna was helped off of the field just a moment ago, so we'll try and have a report on him. First down, Miami. Here's Tony Nathan. He wants to throw. Decides not to. From the 28 to the 36-yard line, gain of 8. Will be second down and a couple. Bill Packel, now the middle guard for Reggie Kinlaw, makes the tackle. Stanley Adams is in for Jeff Barnes as an outside linebacker for Los Angeles.
Both a younger brother, doesn't he, Charlie?
Yes.
That is a quarterback?
Yes, he does. Excellent quarterback. Andre Franklin, the remaining back.
Franklin, the ball carrier.
He needed a couple of yards for the first down, and he got it as he got 3 to the 39. Rod Martin with the stop. Hanna with an ankle sprain is the report. They are going to ice it down. First down for Miami. Strock's pass is way low. Joe Rose, the tight end, the intended receiver. It'll be second down and 10.
It may not be a bad idea to ice your ankle down. At least you're going to cool your body temperature down a little bit today. You know, a lot of times a player will get hurt at practice. Minor injury, a bumped elbow or a sore knee or an ankle, and the trainers will bring an ice bag out full of ice to ice the area immediately, and immediately all the other players go over to grab some ice out of the ice. He's the most popular guy on the field.
Miami's ball, second and 10, just outside their own 40-yard line. 11-18, time remaining, second quarter. Ball game tied, 6-all. Play action fake by Strock. Wanted to go deep. There's nobody there, and he overthrows his outlet man, his tight end, Joe Rose. It'll be third down and 2. Strock from the shotgun. Sideline pass is caught by Mark Clayton, but will be down at the 49-yard line. Mike Haynes was there. And another flag on the field. And something we'll see a lot of, as we have in the past, the conference by the officials.
I really think this is good, though, Charlie. As they get together and discuss it, we'll get the call.
Illegal motion, offense, offside, defense, offsetting penalty.
So bring it back to the 40-yard line, and the down goes.
Thoughts clear as to what play you want to call.
3rd down and 10. Trot going deep, overthrowing. It is intercepted by Mike Hayes. Way out of the reach of Mark Clayton.
We see Clayton trying to get deep on Haynes. He beat him a little bit earlier. This ball is seen by Mike Haynes all the way and makes the interception. We'll be right back.
Guard for the Raiders, Kurt Marsh, number 60, has replaced Charlie Hanna. Greg Pruitt, replacing Marcus Allen, is the ball carrier. He goes from the 20 to the 23. Be 2nd down and 7, and Jackie Shipp makes the stop. Kurt Marsh, number 60, the guard for the Raiders, as we now look at the Dolphin defense and their #1 draft choice. There's Kurt. Missed all of 1983 with a back injury. Played his collegiate ball at the University of Washington, #1 choice in 1981.
And because of that, they picked up Hanna, and they also picked up Shelby Jordan, and now have probably more depth at the offensive line position than any other position on the team.
Plunkett to throw. He sends 5 on the pattern, and it is incomplete. Greg Pruitt, the intended receiver. Today's game is being brought to you by Ford and your Ford dealer. Have you driven a Ford lately? By Michelob Light, an exceptional light beer with a rich, smooth taste. And by Radio Shack, the computer experts. 10 minutes and 14 seconds left to go in the 2nd quarter, and we have a ball game that's tied at 6-6. This is Charlie Jones and Bob Griese and the Raiders now. There's Ted Hendricks. You got a chance to visit with him for the ball game.
Yeah, Ted is in good shape. He says he's enjoying life and taking it easy. He says I think I can still play. He was one intimidating linebacker, 6'8", and he didn't growl at you, but he smiled at you, but you knew it really wasn't what he was thinking in his heart.
In his heart, it was a growl. Plunkett scrambles. He gets the pass away. Hawkins has it. 38-yard line. 14 yards on the play. William Judson makes the tackle for the Dolphins. Jim Bocamper was chasing Jim Plunkett.
Here you see another look at it. It may not be pretty, but it gets the job done. Scrambling to his left, and I don't see how he gets this ball off. He turns all the way back around and gets creamed when he throws the football. Somehow Jim Plunkett is getting the job done. He's always been that type of quarterback. He isn't a perfect thrower. He's just a fierce competitor, and obviously has been very good for the Raiders the last 3 years.
Plunkett has completed 5 of 8 for 95 yards. He's been sacked twice as a 1st down at the 38-yard line. Goes deep, far side. Doki Williams. Robert Sowell had the coverage of a simultaneous catch. It goes to the offensive team. 37 yards and another 1st down for Los Angeles.
This is just an excellent play by Williams. He sees the ball coming, keeps his body position between Sowell, the defensive back, and the ball, and goes up to the highest point and makes the catch. Ball was well thrown, well executed. They really like Doki Williams.
And the picture showed what we've talked about so many times, the simultaneous catch. They both had their hands on it, but possession that always goes to the offensive team. It's written that way in the rule book. At the Miami 25-yard line, 1st down. Here's Frank Hawkins. Breaking tackles and cruising to the 50. Frank Hawkins. John McNeil finally stops him at the 15-yard line. They could pick up a 1st down here. If so, that would be 3 in a row. They've got it.
The Raiders always known for being a big play offense. The first series of the game, the long pass to Barnwell, now this long pass to Doki Williams. They always are looking downfield to complete the long pass.
First down at the Miami 15-yard line. Ball game tied 6-6, 7:42 left to go in the 1st half. Greg Pruitt coming over the top. Has a couple of yards to the 13-yard line. It'll be 2nd down and 8. Paul Langford with the tackle.
Out of a defense, if you're playing a linebacker, That's what you're looking at right there, is the Dolphins stacked that up pretty well, Charlie.
You talked about Plunkett always looking long. He reads long first, and then on his read works back toward the line of scrimmage.
You're always checking deep to see if the defensive coverage will allow you to throw the long pass. If they're in deep zones, you read back to the middle range and then back to your outlet receivers.
Greg Pruitt. And he'll pick up maybe a couple of yards on the play. We'll mark it at the 11-yard line. It'll be 3rd down and 6. And this is an area that you mentioned in the first quarter that the Dolphins felt that they had to work on, and that is to stop the tough stop against the run. Because the teams that give them trouble are the teams that run well.
Well, the teams that they lost to last year, in the playoffs, they lost to Seattle. They lost to the Raiders and the Rams. Eric Dickerson ran well, as did Marcus Allen. They lost to New England, and New England ran well. Chuck Studley, the new defensive coordinator, wants to stop the run.
3rd down 6. Both backs in the block. Pass is complete to Barnwell. It'll be 1st down, goal to go at the 1-yard line. Gain of 10.
Mike Kozlowski looks as though he's injured a knee or an ankle.
Malcolm Barnwell, 4 receptions, 86 yards.
Just good execution, good coverage by the Dolphins. Plunkett lays it out in front. Judson is right there, makes the tackle. It's hard to stop a well-executed play.
We've got a timeout. 6:07 left to go. First half tied at 6. Los Angeles, tune in at a special time, 3 p.m. NBC Sports World, where there really is a world of difference. As Frank Hawkins tries to lean into the end zone, and he is turned back by Mark Brown.
That was good, tough defense by the second line of defense for the Dolphins, the linebackers and the defensive backs, as we see Mike Kozlowski walked off under his own power. Good, tough look at the offensive and defensive lines. You see pretty much a standstill as far as who gains control of the line of scrimmage, but the defensive backs of the Dolphins stop the hard-rushing Hawkins.
Joe McCall has joined Hawkins as a running back, and Hawkins gets the call. This time he makes it. Frank Hawkins scoring his 2nd touchdown in preseason. And the Raiders lead for the 2nd time in the ballgame.
It's hard for one defensive back to stop a big fullback like Hawkins. McNeil hits him, but he bounces off. You need Ship, number 50, or some of the defensive backs to come and help, as they did on the previous play.
Chris Barr will attempt the point after. He has hit field goals from 31 and 43 yards. And as far as the kicking game is concerned for the Raiders, they're now 3 for 3. And Los Angeles has the lead, 13-6 over the Dolphins. 5:15 left. Second Barr will be kicking off. And Joe Carter is the deep back on the return for the Dolphins. Carter takes it at the 1. And returns to about the 16, maybe the 17-yard line. Darrell Byrd is the man who made the tackle on the special teams for the Los Angeles Raiders.
And then the interception, and now the Dolphins' 3rd possession. So the defenses are giving ground.
Running back.
Brock has pressure, gets the pass off. Going to his tight end, Joe Rose. Jeff Barnes with the tackle. A gain of 14 yards on the play and a 1st down. An isolated shot of Joe Rose.
Joe Rose is the outlet receiver. Lets the Raider defensive backs drop back into coverage, as you see 53 Martin, and then turns it upfield and gets what he can. But that's a good 1st down call, as the Dolphins are needing to get something going on 1st down through the air.
Just outside the 30-yard line, 1st down. A Deandra Franklin, and a flag is down. Franklin picked up a couple of yards on the play. Rod Martin makes the tackle. Jerry Seaman, the referee. Rex Stewart is the umpire. Leo Miles, the head linesman. The line judge is Bama Glass. The back judge, Paul Betts. Side judge, Dwayne Gandy. And the field judge is Jack Vaughn. Here's Jerry Seaman. We have offsetting penalties.
He and Harvey Martin. Harvey was over there. It's amazing how friendly they are after you quit playing. You know, they were always saying, "How you doing, old buddy?" I said, "Yeah, you weren't that friendly when I was playing against you."
Greg Townsend has checked into the defense for Los Angeles. Sweep to the right side with Tony Nathan. And he goes near the 40-yard line. He'll have 9 yards on the play. It'll be second down and 1. James Davis makes the tackle as the Raiders now in this very warm afternoon, the temperature in the upper 80s, begin to make a lot of defensive changes.
First down has been a big down for both of these teams, as we've seen the Raiders make some big plays. They're averaging 11.1 yards per offensive play on first down. And of course, the Dolphins are averaging 4.5, but more and more with the situation substitutions defensively, it's important that you win on first down.
Woody Bennett, and he picks up the first down. First down's very close. Franklin going in from 2 yards out. The extra point was blocked by Bill Pickel. The Raiders, a pair of field goals, a touchdown, and an extra point. Strock fights out of the scramble and bounces it to his receiver. Greg Townsend and Bill Pickel were putting the pressure on Don Strock. Mark Duper, the intended receiver. Second down and 10. The ball back at the 45-yard line, Dolphin territory.
One of the things that the defenses try to do against Don Strock because of his lack of mobility is get up the middle with their rush, their pass rush. Get some people in his face and force him out of the pocket. Now, if Dan Marino were in the ball game, I think they would play it just the opposite. They want to get their defensive ends upfield and contain him and keep him in the pocket because he is such a good scrambler.
Second and 10. Strock holds both backs in the block. Wanted to throw a screen. It is intercepted by Howie Long. Touchdown. On the interception returned by Howie Long. Strock held both backs in the block, wanted to hit an outlet man, and Long was there. Here it is, Bob.
Here you see, look, this is a quick screen to the halfback, Tony Nathan. Strock is giving ground, and in the middle of his throw, there is Howie Long. Howie Long says, "I'll take this into the end zone," and away he goes. But I think what Strock was trying to do really was, Howie had been giving you some trouble, and he just said, "I'll get you tired out for the rest of the game. Let me give you a pass." He'll be shot the rest of the day.
The extra point is good. 2 minutes, 53 seconds left to go in the first half, and the Raiders are out in front 20-6.
Fair.
And that is the first touchdown that Howie Long has scored in his football career. Pop Warner, junior high, senior high, college, and the pro. Here's Eddie Hill. Hill on the kickoff return.
Fans were kind of reacting to Eddie Hill running that back. Eddie having played here in LA for a few years.
So Miami had opening up this drive from the shotgun. Almost intercepted twice in a row. Otis McKinney with excellent defensive coverage.
Just a poor throw on Strock's part. He was looking down the middle and didn't look out and see McKinney. McKinney cut underneath the wide receiver.
Yards penalized, 20 for the Dolphins, 35 for Los Angeles. First down and 5. Tony Nathan coming out of the backfield, and he scoots for 10 yards to the 45-yard line, and it'll be a first down. Muscle that must keep him bent over like that, because
stomach or lower back, it seems like.
Dropped very quickly to Jimmy Cephalo, and Cephalo battles for the first down, pulling Otis McKinney with him. Needed to get to the 45-yard line of Los Angeles, and he may have gotten there.
And makes a smart heads-up play like a wiry veteran that he is, catching the ball, get some yardage, and get out of bounds. Cephalo is in there now, and also Nat Moore. Neither of those two have played much in the first two preseason games, as Shula elected to give the younger players, Mark Clayton, a lot of the playing time. And Cephalo has come back very well from the injury of last year, Charlie. He was out for the year. He got hurt in the first game in Buffalo and has come back even better than he was. He says he ran the 40 quicker than he ever has.
And the injury report on Mark Clayton, he was kicked in the kidney. Hopefully he can return. Strock throws, and the pass is complete. First down. They got the first down at the 45. Now they'll get another one at the 35-yard line. And that is Jim Jensen, the man of all seasons, and he truly is, of all positions, you might say. Mike Davis makes the tackle. Hurry up offense. Clock moving. 1:32 and counting. That is Jensen's first reception in the National Football League. Strock throws, and this one is incomplete. And Duper, coming inside, may have seen Mike Davis. It looked as if he saw him and decided just to pull up, and the pass went right by.
He did. It wasn't a bad idea.
I think it's a great idea.
It's just a practice game. Here we'll see right here. It looked like Davis saw him coming and knew that the ball was in flight.
Oh, that's it. Duper's trying to help him up. Is that it? You don't help me up. Okay. Second down and 10.
How about that reception for that quarterback at number 11, huh?
Jim Jensen.
Tell you, quarterbacks, they can do it all.
No, only Jim Jensen can do it all. 1:23, time remaining, first half. Here's Jensen again. He pulls it down at the 30-yard line. They'll mark it to 29, a gain of 6. It'll be third down and 4. Van McElroy makes the tackle, and the Dolphins in the hurry-up offense. 1:05 and counting, time remaining, second quarter. And we have flags on the play. The Raiders offside, almost intercepted by Van McElroy. Jensen, the intended receiver. But I think some of the first down Miami. 56 seconds left to go, first half. Clock throws, and it is almost picked up again. Lester Hayes looking at his hand. Mark Duper, the intended receiver. Where did the ball go? It was here a moment ago, Lester.
Here's the 85 Duper going down. He's just going to go down and hook, as we see Adams 57, 59. If they're in a zone coverage, that means everybody sees the quarterback. Lester Hayes, 37, sees Strock all the way, sees the ball coming. Good reaction, just one problem, Lester. Got to hold on to that football.
And they changed the rules so you couldn't have all that stickum. Maybe that's what he was looking for. Where did the stickum go? Second down and 10, 24-yard line. There's Lester Hayes, one of the premier cornerbacks in the National Football League. Bounced up, came down. Jensen holds on to it. With Matt Millen holding on to him, are they going to rule it incomplete? Yes, they are.
That's one area.
He's completed 8 of 18 for 86 yards, and he has been intercepted twice. Flag down. The pass is complete to Jensen. Jensen's getting quite a workout as a receiver.
I think he's getting the easiest defender. I think the Raiders don't believe they're going to throw to him, and they're just saying, all right, Matt Millen, you go cover it.
Delay of game against the Dolphins. I wonder from a defensive...
I'd say, I got number 11. I can cover him.
Third down and 15. Good defensive play by Mike Davis. Matt Moore, the intended receiver. Secondary, the Raiders looking good.
They call it their pirate defense. Al Davis was saying the other day that it could be a nickel, but we got to have something that goes along with our Raider tradition. So pirate was the name they came out with. 5-6 defensive backs, and they have good coverage, good tight coverage.
Now Al Del Greco is in with a field goal attempt from 47 yards away. Don Strock to Ho.
Strock to home. Al Del Greco will attempt a 48-yard field goal.
It is no good. He had the distance, but he sailed it off to the left. So Del Greco misses from 47 yards, and we have 30 seconds left to go in the first half.
Heisman Trophy. Talk about an up-and-down career.
Super Bowl MVP. This pass is low to Doki Williams. So it'll be second down and 10 back at the 30-yard line. William Judson had the defensive coverage, and now with 23 seconds remaining in the first half.
Stick you the next 3 or 4 times.
Cliff Branch, Doki Williams, Malcolm Barnwell, 3 wide receivers in the ball game for the Raiders. Plunkett scrambles, and he throws.
Pass is complete to Malcolm Barnwell.
And the pass is complete to Malcolm Barnwell.
Returners hurt. That gives you to get some good practice against somebody else, another team. It's a preseason game. It doesn't mean anything if they just do it in practice. If you can come out and do it against another team, this is good work for them.
Plunkett to throw. Loses his footing and has pressure, loses the football. It is recovered by the Raiders as Bruce Davis falls on it. Doug Betters was the man who got to him. 8 seconds now left on the clock. It will be a sack for Doug Betters. Unofficially, we have that as his second sack of the ball game, his third.
I think the
No,
Dolphins
they're going to say
recovered.
the Dolphins recovered the fumble. It was Mike Brown. A 30 from the 38-yard line. Uwe von Schamann with a 48-yard field goal attempt. Don Strock with the hold.
48-yard field goal.
48-yard attempt. And it is no good as he misses to the right side. So Al Del Greco has missed from 47 yards away, and Uwe von Schamann has missed from 48 yards away. Los Angeles at their own 31-yard line.
I know
they're
that
just going to
formation.
do it.
That's a give-up formation. I know that one.
Cross up everybody, run out the clock. And so the first half has come to a close. At the end of the first quarter, the score was Miami 6 and Los Angeles 3. But here at halftime, the Raiders have moved out in front, leading the Dolphins 20-6. Very warm afternoon. That is the end of the first half.
Feelings at times that you wish you could take the ball back when that interception, but he gets the ball in the end zone, and he's very tough, and the players know it, and he's courageous, and he gets us in the end zone. I think that's the idea of a quarterback, to get you in the end zone.
36 turnovers 2-1. Time of possession on the Raiders side. Everything just kind of leans towards the Raiders side as far as the statistics are concerned. And Chris Barr will open the second half as he will be kicking off to Joe Carter. And the second half is underway with Los Angeles out in front of Miami by a score of 20-6. And Carter's return to around the 27, possibly the 28-yard line. They'll mark it the 28-yard line. So we'll take a look at the offensive lineups of the Dolphins. Woody Bennett is one of the running backs. And Joe Carter is the other running back, and he pops it loose. Carter to the 40, the 30, and then is wrestled down by Mike Haynes. Joe Carter of Alabama, taken in the 4th round of the draft. Now, at the top of the show, we said that the Dolphins are looking for help at running back. They may have found it. 56 yards.
Great to run by Carter, but Charlie, a great block by 82 Fernanza Burgess, the free agent quarterback we were telling you about, came in and blocked on the linebacker Millen to really set up the play. Great run by Carter, but even a better block that sprung it by the flanker Burgess.
At the Los Angeles 17-yard line, 1st down. Carter's first carry of the ball game, and he gets the call again.
Joe Carter.
He is stopped by Reggie Kinlaw and assistant coach Carl Tassett. 2nd and 9. Here's Franklin. And Andra is inside the 10 to about the 8-yard line. And he is in the neighborhood of the 1st down mark. As Reinhardt picks it up, Bob Nelson makes the tackle.
The Dolphins, Charlie, basically have their number 2 offensive line and wide receivers in the ball games in the game, while the Raiders are going pretty much with their first line defense.
Did you expect to see this in the start of the second? I thought possibly we would see everybody go through the halftime ritual, come out for a couple of series, and then make the changes.
I don't think the Raider defense will be in there for very long this 3rd quarter.
3rd down and 1. Franklin, and he is stopped by Bob Nelson. Well, perhaps that the Raiders wanted to go through the halftime, and that's an important point of what goes on at halftime, rather than saying, hey, that's the end of my playing time for today, I can sit down and relax.
I think psychologically, if a player going into a ball game knows he's only going to play
Eddie Hill comes in motion. There's a flag on the play. The pass is intercepted at the 8-yard line by Lester Hayes. Eddie Hill, who is coming in motion, the intended receiver, the marker down on the play. So we'll have to see if the interception will hold up.
This is a common mistake by a young quarterback. He's got to realize who's out there on the flank. That's an 8-year veteran that's seen that play maybe 100 times. Lester Hayes has seen that and says he was probably saying to the quarterback, I hope you throw it. Go ahead and throw it. I've got it read all the way.
The penalty will be against the Raiders.
Offside, number 59, defense, lining up in the neutral zone. 1st down.
Stanley Adams lining up in the neutral zone. And again, a miscue by the Raiders have given additional life to the Dolphins.
And this is the amazing thing to me about the LA Raiders. This is nothing unusual for them. This happens to them all the time. Last year, they led the league in turnovers offensively and still won the championship. So penalties, turnovers, it doesn't bother them. We'll win anyway.
Andra Franklin, stopped by Matt Miller.
Aggressive, their defensive line and their defensive secondary have almost come up with several interceptions.
Joe Carter, Woody Bennett in the ballgame. Here's Carter, has the angle, he has the touchdown. So Joe Carter, scoring from about 3 yards away. And that is his 2nd touchdown in preseason.
Here's a good look at the blocking. 86 is Chesley, 68 is Laxo. A good hole, runs through there, almost drops the ball right there. It's been a problem for him in the 2 preseason games. Newman, 64, with a good block on Hayes. Watch right here, he almost drops the ball just as he crosses the goal line.
Al Del Greco will attempt the point after. And it is good. So the score, the Raiders 20, the Dolphins 13 with 11:07 left to go. We're in the 3rd quarter. As you look again, Joe Carter, he'll score again next Friday night. NBC Sports back at the Coliseum. Here's a preview.
Friday night, real football, NFL football is back. Coach Tom Flores and the world champion Raiders await Joe Walton and the Jets. Can Gastineau and Klecko stop the attack of the silver and black? Can the Raiders repeat last year's electrifying performance? It's New York at LA, 1984 preseason football. Friday night on NBC.
Joe McCall and Doki Williams are the deep backs on the return for the Raiders. This one taken in the end zone by Joe McCall, and he'll down it at that point. So Los Angeles will come out to their own 20-yard line. And we pause briefly for station identification. This is the NBC television network.
All the sports highlights on News 4 tonight. WNBC TV, New York.
This is Charlie Jones, Bob Griese. A look at the scoring drive. We have 11:01. That is the time remaining. Third quarter. The score: Los Angeles 20, Miami 13 in this preseason contest here in the Los Angeles Coliseum. And Mark Wilson is now the quarterback for the Los Angeles Raiders. And he hands off to Greg Pruitt. Pruitt goes out of bounds at the 27-yard line, gain of 7. It'll be second down and 3. Jackie Shipp makes the tackle.
We're going to do it.
So a chance now to look at Mark Wilson. In reality, he and Jim Plunkett have been sharing the load as far as the quarterback position is concerned for the Raiders. There has even been speculation in the Los Angeles market that they would freely substitute or rotate the quarterbacks. A situation substitution at the quarterback position. Do you agree with it?
That would surprise me, and I don't agree with it, but we'll get into it a little bit more after this play.
Greg Pruitt. And he picks up the first down to the 31-yard line. Got 4 yards, needed 3. The report on Mike Kozlowski had to have some stitches. He will not return.
As far as the quarterbacks for the Raiders are concerned, Charlie, I think it should happen normally. Last year, Plunkett played, and then he wasn't going so well, and Wilson came in and was doing very well until he got hurt out in Kansas City. Plunkett came on and did very well. I think if it happens normally and naturally, I think that's the way you should substitute. Wilson wants to play, obviously, and I think having 2 good quarterbacks is an asset to the ball club.
And we have flags. But isn't it a fact of life in the National Football League that you need 2 quarterbacks, 2 good quarterbacks to win, because it's so hard physically just to get through the season?
No question about that. What Tom Flory said earlier, we ask our quarterbacks to stand in there a little bit longer, so they're going to get bumped and bruised. Plunkett was better after 3 weeks of rest when he came back.
Ball start prior to the snap, number 72, offense.
5-yard penalty. First down, 15.
40 for the bomb down. You know what you reckon? No.
Here's Kenny King. Pushed out of bounds at the 39-yard line. Gain of 13. Lyle Blackwood pushed him out.
It's a good look at the blocking by the lead back. Pruitt, 34, goes through. Doesn't really get a piece. Well, he does. He blocks Blackwood in the back. Kenny King, 33, has the speed at fullback to get around the corner and get some good yardage.
Offensively for the Raiders, Steve Sylvester, Kurt Marsh, Jim Romano, Don Mosbar, and Shelby Jordan, the offensive line. And Kenny King, once again, the ball carrier, from the 39 to the 43. Gain of 4 in the first down. There's Marcus Allen on the sideline. I believe, right, does he have his arm in a sling? Yeah, he does. Bruised shoulder, x-rays negative.
And I know going into the game, Tom Flores really wanted to get him in the action a little bit more than he did. 5 carries. We just hope the injury is nothing serious, but it really needs a little bit more work to be ready for the season, but you really don't need to be injured either.
Play action fake by Wilson. Mark throws, pass is complete to Clee Montgomery. They pick up the first down. They'll mark the reception inside the 47-yard line. And it will be a first down. Gain of almost 12 yards on the play.
Good protection. Wilson, who is 6'6", easily throws it over everybody. Good hit.
Joe McCall replacing Pruitt.
Joe McCall and Greg Pruitt. No, it's Joe McCall and Kenny King are the 2 running backs. Let me make that correction. Mark Wilson to throw, has lots of time. And it is incomplete. Kenny King kind of trying to slip out of the backfield, but good defensive coverage by the Dolphins. Is that Mike Charles that went with him? I'm not sure.
He's done so far this year. He's a great prospect. Got good height, has good mobility, can run very well, and throws the long pass probably as well as as anybody in the league.
I like the word prospect better than potential. Because it seasons they have potential. They never live up to it. A prospect, okay, they can become a player. Wilson. Screen right side, bobbled. Kenny King finally held on to it. And Gerald Small made the tackle. A gain of 9 yards on the play.
Small made the stop.
You hear us talk about screen pass a lot. Watch the linemen right along here and see how they move out as the back comes out here to catch the pass. We talk about a screen so often. Let's take a look and see. They block for 1 count, 1001, 1002. They slide out, dump it to the receiver, and then the black-shirted Raiders come out and pick off some blocks.
It was a gain of 8. It's 3rd down and 2. Going deep. Incomplete. Cleve Montgomery, the intended receiver. Robert Sowell was going with him. And a flag was dropped on the near side at the 25-yard line.
Penalty marker on the field.
Illegal chuck.
Indicated the Dolphins.
Now the pass was down the far side of the field, and the flag was dropped way on the near side of the field.
Illegal contact, number 48, defense, 1st down.
Gerald Small made illegal contact. As you know, you can hit that receiver when he comes down only for within that zone of the first 5 yards.
You have an opportunity to jam him within 5 yards, and then you have to let him free, and it's really opened up the passing game. The defensive backs don't like it. Defensive coaches don't like it. Quarterbacks love it.
1st and 10, 34-yard line, Joe McCall. McCall a couple of yards to the 32. It'll be 2nd down and 8. Every week we're going to feature a sports trivia question, and here's today. Football trivia. The Raiders' all-time interception leader is on the field today. Who is he and how many?
I know that question.
The key is on the field here today. Just
exactly.
Give you a small hint.
And I helped him with that all-time interception lead too. I got about 10 of his. I threw 10 for him.
Wilson's toss is broken up at the 5-yard line. Joe McCall, the intended receiver. Lyle Blackwood, number 42, was there for the Miami Dolphins. And another marker is dropped on the field. Procedure penalty against the Raiders. When you were playing and you had a lot of penalties in a ball.
Receiver on the right end of the line of scrimmage.
It's tough to play without a receiver on the right side.
Very hard.
But our offense, I think it sets back most offenses. The Raiders, I think, are something different because they don't seem to be bothered by the amount of fumbles and interceptions. They just come back and they can pick up when they need to. But most offenses, if you commit that many penalties and stop yourself, you don't have that continuity.
Penalty refused, 3rd down and 8, 32-yard line. Mark Wilson, the quarterback for the Raiders here in the 2nd half. And a flag is down. We've had almost enough flags to match the 140 still atop the Memorial Coliseum in celebration of the 140 countries that were here, of course, for the Olympic Games.
Delay a game prior to the snap, number 6, offense.
The stadium is still in great shape. I remember being here in the past with the Coliseum. Has never looked as good as it does now. They're going to leave this, as I understand it, for
January, yes.
Another year.
Yes. So the flags are still flying. The stars still ablaze atop the rim of the Coliseum. Following the penalty, the 3rd down goes over. Wilson has problems. Now he's throwing this one away. There's no question. There wasn't anybody near. But the referee, interestingly enough, was off to his right side and couldn't see where he was throwing. And he has to throw the intentional grounding.
He had people in his face. He said, I'm going to throw this over everybody.
But see where the referee was watching? He couldn't turn and look to see if he was intentionally grounding the ball. And we will now, that's the way the rule is. He has to see it. Now we have the first punt of the ball game, the appearance of Ray Guy. 40.7 yards, his average in preseason. His career average, 42.9. And his longest, that would make a good trivia question. Longest is 74 yards. In the city was Denver, Mile High Stadium. A lot of kicking records in Mile High Stadium. This one will go into the end zone for the touchback. 37 yards on the punt. We've got a timeout. The score, Los Angeles 20, Miami 13. Sunday at 3:30 Eastern time. Viewers in Los Angeles, a special time, 3 p.m. NBC Sports World, where there really is a world of difference. Dean May, the quarterback for the Dolphins, and his pass is complete to the 35-yard line. A gain of 15 yards, and it was John Chesley, number 86, the tight end for the Dolphins, a rookie taken in the 10th round. And look who's warming up. Did he change shoulder pads at halftime?
I don't know, but I bet he's got a smile on his face. He'll be in there probably the 4th quarter. He likes to get in and move the ball club. He knows he's gotten a new perspective of what the other guys on the team do. Tight end, wide receiver.
Second back through is Joe Carter. And Carter rambles to the 48-yard line in Los Angeles territory. Gain of 17. And a first down. Mike Davis with the tackle.
It's a little delayed draw. The fullback goes through. Carter keeping his eyes up. Good vision by the running back. Good quick feet. Good eyes. Knows where the defensive backs are coming from. Carter, you know, was never the last couple of years at Alabama, didn't carry the ball that much. Ran the ball back on kickoff returns quite a bit.
Has 77 yards in 4 carries at this point. And Eddie Hill gets his call. And he has maybe a yard, and there's 2 more flags going down. So the officials will stop the clock. The 2 flags were thrown about 10 yards down the field. And a personal foul against the Raiders. Call on Lester Hayes.
Lester doesn't like that young rookie. I tell you, 82, Fernanza Burgess, we talked about him a little bit earlier, came in and is really an aggressive wide receiver. He says earlier in the preseason, he says, I'm going to go out and knock some heads. He's out there knocking up against these veteran Raider defensive backs, and Lester got caught for retaliating.
At the Los Angeles 32, first down for Miami. Made a throw over the middle. It is incomplete. John Chesley, the intended receiver. Today's game being brought to you by Chrysler Plymouth. Quality products from the new Chrysler technology. Second down and 10. 5:17 time remaining. We're in the 3rd quarter. The Raiders out in front 20-13. Under Franklin. Oh, that was Joe Carter. And Bill Packel made the tackle, number 71. Third down and 10.
We'll take a look at Stacy Turan trying to get into play. He just wants to get up there and do something. So Joe Carter was thinking up. Carter wasn't too happy about it. Maybe it's because Turan is from Torrin. I guess it's Stacy Torrin is from Notre Dame, and Joe Carter's Alabama. I wonder if they played against each other.
They have. Here's Dean May. Deep into the corner. Mike Hayes. Cephalo had steps on him, and Hayes simply caught up with it. Now, what about Turan? Here's what the coaches say.
Stacy Turan has been a pleasant surprise for us. Having played corner in college, we moved him inside to the safety positions. He has an excellent sense for the game of football. Comes up in the right place at the right time, and we're looking for good things from him.
Stacy Turan, number 30, a co-captain his senior year at Notre Dame, taken in the 6th round of the draft. Uwe von Schamann with a 50-yard field goal attempt. Don Strock is holding. Jeff Tays, the center. He's got it. Just inside of 50 yards. They may mark it 49 officially. That'll be it. The margin is closer. We'll be back. We're in the third quarter at the Los Angeles Memorial Coliseum. McCall takes it at the 6, 15, 20. Close to the 25-yard line on the return. We'll take a timeout. The score, the Raiders 20. The Dolphins 16. We'll be back in just a moment. Give you more time to mull it over. The Raiders' all-time interception leader is on the field today. Who is he and how many? First part is relatively simple. Second part's the tough part of that question, I think. The Raiders from their own 24-yard line. And Joe McCall, the rookie from Pittsburgh, taken in the 3rd round of the draft. Stopped by Jackie Shipp. It will be 2nd down. And that may answer the question right there. Willie Brown, 38 interceptions between the years 1967 and 1978.
And he scored a Super Bowl touchdown. Look at the Raiders come on the field. The whole squad is going over there.
And that was the voice of Kurt Gowdy coming to a screeching halt as we come back to live action. But we did answer the trivia question for you. Joe McCall. Stopped by Glenn Blackwood. There he is, Willie Wood.
Willie Brown.
Willie Brown, I'm sorry.
If he had
Willie Brown,
38,
close. Well,
if he had
I only got half of the answer right.
If he had 38 interceptions, Charlie, I believe 10 of them were mine. Fine.
Actually, I think you're being modest.
Fine.
I think that it was closer to 12 or 13.
Yeah, it probably was.
And
he's well liked by the Raiders and the players, and well respected, and is doing a good job. And talking to him yesterday and congratulating him on being inducted into the Hall of Fame this past summer, he says he's enjoying coaching, and I'm not surprised that he's doing well at it.
Mark Brown, number 51 for the Miami Dolphins, leaving the field, an injury timeout, as you can see at the far side. And we will try and have a report on his condition for you. 3rd down and 3. The ball at the Los Angeles 31-yard line. 3:18. That is the time remaining. And we're in the 3rd quarter, with the Raiders leading the Dolphins by 4 points, 20-16.
28 on the line. He wasn't. He had 66 uncovered.
Frank Hawkins and Joe McCall are the splitbacks. Mark Wilson, the quarterback for the Raiders in the 2nd half. All the time in the world, and the pass is knocked away. Rodell Thomas knocked it down. McCall, the intended receiver. Good coverage in the secondary by Miami.
Good coverage downfield. Wilson came off of his 2 primary receivers, and Rodell Thomas was there to bat the pass down.
And Ray Guy will make his 2nd appearance in the ball game. And Vince Heflin will be the punt returner for the Miami Dolphins. Ray Guy's first kick was into the end zone. He covered 37 yards. Fielded at the 26-yard line. Hang time 4.2 seconds for Ray Guy. Heflin on the return. And we'll take a timeout with 2:42 left to go in the 3rd. A 43-yard punt, 10-yard return. We'll be back in just a moment. Dick Enberg and Merlin Olsen will be back here. No, it's not going to be Dick's. Dick's doing the horse race. It's going to be Marv Albert. Marv is going to be with Merlin. The world champion Raiders will be battling the New York Jets, so be sure to join them on NBC. Miami has a 1st down at their own 37-yard line. Dean May, the quarterback, scrambling, trying to head for the sideline, and he gets there after picking up 3 yards to the 40-yard line. 2nd down, 7. Kenny Hill was there to bring him down at the 40-yard line. Free agent.
Things are getting a little
Fernanza
exciting.
Burgess, he gets excited.
Number 82, Fernanza Burgess, went downfield. Now he sees the quarterback running. He says, let me go out and block some of these guys.
It's on Bob Nelson.
He picks the big numbers, the high numbers. got to talk to him and tell him to block the 20s and the 30s.
Don't go for the 51. That's 6'4", 235 pounds.
He started a fight. They had a scrimmage with the New Orleans Saints, and the Saints were fighting, and they scrimmaged for 2 days against him and says, we're going to be looking for you tomorrow.
2nd and 7. Andre Franklin stopped at the line of scrimmage, and flags are flying again. Sean Jones, the number 2 draft choice of the Raiders, made the tackle.
Personal foul, offsetting fouls, number 45 defense, number 82 offense, offsetting penalties.
45 is James Davis, and 82 is Fernanza Burgess.
He does attract some attention. They had to slow him down at the Dolphin practices. He was going down and blocking on Lyle Blackwood and Glenn Blackwood, and Shula had to go over and say, listen, these are our people, don't clip them, because he was actually, they turned their back on him, and most wide receivers would pull up, especially on your own players. He was going ahead and clipping him in the back, and Shula had to say, save it for the ball games.
Well, he must have it stored up for this ball game.
He gets the defensive back's attention very quickly.
Quarterback Dean May. And this is a run all the way, and he's got it for the first down. May, 6'5", 220 pounds, 5th-round draft choice. How's he look?
He's looking very good, Charlie. He's been on the field for 2 possessions and moved the ball club down for a touchdown the first time and a field goal the second. May played at the University of Louisville, had a shoulder surgery this spring, and is just really getting back into really tip-top shape as far as throwing the football is concerned. There was some concern early in camp that he may not be throwing the ball as well as he was capable, but he's throwing very well at this juncture.
Does he have a chance to make the team?
It's going to be tough. It's between he and Crash Jensen. Whether they keep 3 of them.
Crash Jensen.
Crash Jensen.
Pass is complete to John Chesley, the rookie tight end. Gain of 8 to the 42-yard line. It'll be 2nd down and a couple. Tony Caldwell with the tackle. Defensively for the Raiders, now they have Mitch Willis in, Bill Pickell, Sean Jones, Stanley Adams, Bob Nelson, Jack Squire, who you will recall with that interception with 7 seconds to go in the first half of the Super Bowl game that kind of iced that one for the Raiders. Tony Caldwell is in, James Davis, Kenny Hill, Stacy Turan, and Ted Watt. So basically, 2nd-line offense and defense for the Raiders in the ball club, and the same is almost true for the Dolphins. 2nd down and a couple. Joe Carter pushed back at the 40-yard line, which is what he needed for the first down. So now we come down to spotting the football as Sean Jones of Northeastern made the tackle on Joe Carter. 1:20 and counting. That is the time remaining. 3rd quarter, with Los Angeles out in front of Miami by a score of 20-6. At the end of the 1st quarter, Miami led 6-3. At halftime, it was the Raiders on top 20-6. Now 20-16. 3rd down, less than a foot. Eddie Hill going in motion. The play action to Woody Bennett. They throw it to Hill. He can't pull it in. Almost made the one-hand grab. Kenny Hill was there for the Raiders. Now let's check the baseball scoreboard. A final, the Yankees defeating Oakland 9. Giants edging the Mets. First game of a doubleheader. Here it is 4th down. Still less than a foot to go for the first down. And there it is. Eddie Hill to the 39-yard line, and he picks up the first down.
Just in case. Thank you.
The battle in the middle of the line, the trenches. Bill Pickell, 71. It's a pretty good job on 60. Jeff Taves. Dolphins, Roy Foster telling us first down Dolphins.
Knock the ball closer to the 38-yard line. This is the 8th play of the drive coming up. Started back on the Miami 37-yard line. And just sputtering along here as we're coming to the conclusion of the 3rd quarter. Carter. Carter breaking loose down the far sideline, fighting for every yard. Bill Packel finally makes the tackle. They're going to mark him out at the 17-yard line, but there's a flag back downfield. If it stands up, it's worth 21 yards. But they're going to bring it back.
Charlie, that's a play that Carter ran a little bit earlier in the game and made a big gain on it. Again,
illegal motion, number 82, offense.
That's Fernanza Burgess, who came back and cracked back on a linebacker again and really hit the inside linebacker. He just turned it upfield a little too early, and he was the man that was called for the penalty.
So the penalty takes the ball back to the 43-yard line, where it will be first down and 15. 9 seconds left to go in the third. Penalty margin still tipped in favor of the Raiders. Play action. Woody Bennett. Woody is out of bounds at the 36-yard line. A gain of 7 on the play. It'll be second down and 8 now with 3 seconds left to go in the third. Stanley Adams and Ted Watts make the defensive play for the Raiders.
The Raiders are really deep in a lot of different positions. And one position on the ball club that they really are a little bit thin is at linebacker. With the retirement of Ted Hendricks, they need someone to come in to really play the tough, aggressive defense against the run. They've got some young backups, but really they're thin on any spot on the roster. It's at linebacker.
Second and 8, 36-yard line. Didn't like what he saw, so Dean May takes a timeout. That is their first timeout. They'll have 2 remaining. Tell me about this conference.
He's probably getting on him for taking so much time. I don't know if he didn't like what he saw on the defense, or maybe he got up there and there was not enough time left to go on the clock. But these conferences are always interesting because the coach has one idea, the quarterback has another, and if there's any other quarterbacks in the huddle, they all have their own ideas. So
it's not a one-sided affair then.
It usually gets down to a vote of 1, and that's the head coach.
The one that counts. Don't forget, next Friday night here on NBC, the Los Angeles Raiders will be hosting the New York Jets. Marv Albert and Merlin Olsen will be here. The crowd that started, and we mentioned a very warm, beautiful day in Southern California, has kind of filled in, though. It's not that bad a crowd, but a large number during preseason, of course. Spent some time surfing at the beaches here in Southern California. Second down and 8. The ball at the 36-yard line in Raider territory. Andra Franklin is the remaining back. And Franklin gets the call. Good hole opened up inside. And he moves from the 36 to the 29-yard line, a gain of 7. It'll be third down and about a yard to go for the first down as Kenny Hill makes the tackle. And with that play, the third quarter will come to a close. That's the end of the third. The score, Miami 16, Los Angeles 20. We'll be right back after these messages from your local station. 2:42, and it's third down and 1 at the Los Angeles 29-yard line. Joe Carter. And he is stopped by Bob Nelson. And another flag is down. This has been an early celebration of Flag Day.
You know, early in training camp, you expect this type of thing, but I'm surprised that we're having so many flags. Next week is the last rehearsal and then the opening of the regular season. And,
offside, number 56, defense, lined up in the neutral zone. First down.
Jeff Barnes lined up in the neutral zone. The ball has moved to the 24-yard line. First down.
That's a tough penalty, too, because it's not an aggressive, it's a mental mistake, just lining up incorrectly.
And only 2 weeks away from the opener.
Jeff Barnes is the heir apparent, the man that is supposed to replace Ted Hendricks at linebacker, getting a good test today.
The report on Mark Clayton is a badly bruised hip and lower back. He will not return. Andra Franklin. Maybe a yard, that's about it. Mitch Willis from SMU, taken in the 7th round of the draft for the Raiders. There are the statistics through 3 quarters. That's interesting.
Rushing really has been tipped. The scales have been tipped in the second half with Carter's long runs coming in the 3rd quarter.
Darrell Bird checks in as a defensive linebacker for the Raiders. 2nd and 9. Incomplete. Vince Heflin, number 88, the intended receiver.
99 is a rookie, the 2nd draft choice. Sean Jones, jumping, he's 6'7". Sean, when you jump, they're going to block you. John Giesler grabbing hold of each other, getting acquainted, as they say.
3rd down and 9. This is the 11th play of this drive. 14:08 left to go in the ball game. We're 52 seconds into the 4th quarter.
When I first came in the league, you could outrun those defensive ends. Now, Sean Jones can run down the quarterbacks, I'll guarantee you.
Pass far side is complete to Joe Rose, and he's brought down by Jeff Barnes. What's the situation going to be for Miami at tight end now with Dan Johnson as a pair of fractured ribs? And we'll take a look at Rose as you discuss their tight end situation.
Substitution defensively for the Dolphins. Rose is their receiving tight end. Bruce Hardy has been the number 2 tight end. Has been the moving. He's the guy that moves, goes in motion. And of course, Dan Johnson, who is out with 2 fractured ribs, is really coming along. They really like Dan Johnson, but you know, tight ends in the National Football League are really becoming more and more important with the amount of 2 tight ends, and also some teams going to 3 tight ends.
Al Del Greco will be kicking from the 26-yard line. They'll mark it officially the 25, so it'll be an attempt of 35 yards. And it is good from 35 yards away for Al Del Greco. So the Dolphins pull within 1 of the Raiders. We'll be back. Here involves number 82, Burgess, as he was going down on the kickoff tee, and he was set to go about 45 seconds ago. I think everybody's looking for it. Here's Pruitt out of the end zone to the 10. And returns around the 18 or 19-yard line. Now, we had Burgess isolated, and he went blowing by Craig Pruitt.
He is having himself quite a day. He's already blocked on linebackers about 3 or 4 times and caused 2 personal fouls. He just misses the return man, but he has caused the LA Raiders to have 2 or 3 personal fouls, and he's had 1 on himself.
He went blowing by Pruitt. He was going, he went that way.
You know, every year there are 1 or 2 players that make a roster because of their toughness for special teams. He's trying to be that player for the Dolphins this year.
Mark Wilson. It's complete, 40-yard line to the 45. Dokie Williams pulls it in. Lyle Blackwood makes the tackle. 21 yards.
It's a good shot of Wilson, the best down to pass on. First down, a little play action, has plenty of time on first down, throws an excellent pass, didn't spiral. I didn't say it's spiraling, but it was good timing. Got him out in front. Dokie Williams, they like Dokie Williams. They think that one day he may be another Cliff Branch.
It was 26 yards to the 45-yard line, first down. Wilson just trying to swing it away, and it's knocked down. Good defensive play. Jeff McCall, the intended receiver. It'll be 2nd down and 10 at the 45-yard line. Tom Flores, head coach of the Los Angeles Raiders, Super Bowl champions. And you'll be seeing them again 2 weeks from today on their opener. That will be the second half of NBC's doubleheader, where they will open in the Astrodome against the Houston Oilers.
So is the Raiders.
Going deep and intercepted at the 16-yard line. Cleve Montgomery, the intended receiver, and Robert Sowell made the interception. His 3rd interception in preseason.
That's very true, Charlie. And the thing we talked about is there's one player on each team that makes the roster because of his special teams play. Sowell made the Dolphins last year because of his special teams play. As we see him intercepting that ball, he now is getting an opportunity to play defensive back. 3 interceptions in 3 weeks. He's playing very well.
And lurking under the NBC hat, it's old number 53, Rod Martin. What a linebacker he has become.
Retirement of Hendricks, he'll get the just due for being the great linebacker that he is. I think he was overshadowed quite a bit.
And Jensen is now the quarterback for the Miami Dolphins. Jim Jensen becomes the 3rd quarterback of the afternoon, so he gives up his receiving duties and moves to the other end of the football. Andre Franklin, the ball carrier. Darrell Byrd made the tackle. Now, that offensive line for the Dolphins, number 61, Roy Foster, is at left guard. And he is replacing a legend. There's no question about it. Bob Kuechenberg, suffering from double vision and headaches, and is going to be out the rest of this year.
I think his diagnosis is a torn muscle behind his left eye or his right eye, causing double vision.
Here's Jensen. That is a tough pass. Right-hander rolling to your left, and he completes it to John Chesley.
I think that tells you a little bit about the athletic ability of that man right there, Jim Jensen. The many things he can do, plus roll to his right or left, throw the ball downfield. I understand all these things, but getting back to what we were talking about, Kuechenberg, Kuech has played in every postseason game that the Dolphins have ever been in.
19, I believe.
19, and he's played in all 19 of them. And although Foster was going to be pushing him for the starting left guard position this year, anytime you lose a veteran of his abilities and leadership, it's got to be felt on the ball club.
Now, officially, he is not retired, though. He, as I understand it, still may want to take a crack at it next year. First down to the 32-yard line. Little pump fake, has a man deep. Underthrew him, and he still may have made the catch. No, Cephalo. But Cephalo got behind the defender, James Davis. 2nd down and 10, 32. Cephalo was liable to come back and say, you ought to go out the other wide receiver, get somebody in here and get the ball to me.
Well, what they did, they tricked Davis. Davis is a good, fine young prospect. They went down and ran about a 20-yard out. Davis says, that's all the time the quarterback's got. I'm going for the interception. When he cut in front, Cephalo took it up. What Davis didn't see was that the quarterback was sprinting out. Therefore, he had a lot more time to throw. The problem was Jensen let the ball go a little too soon.
2nd and 10. Blitz is on. Jensen still gets a pass off, completes it to Heflin, and he's out of bounds, has the first down, and Bob Nelson leveled Jim Jensen just as he made his release. They mark it out at the 47-yard line, a gain of 15 and a first down. Matt Moore coming into the offensive set for the Dolphins.
Charlie, I think when we get to this part of the game, I think this is where the Dolphins really, and Shula, really want to get it down there and win the ball game. The Raiders, I think they say, all right, if we win, fine. If we lose, it's not that important. But I think right now the motivation to win this game is with Miami.
Bobble on the snap. Jensen picks it out of the air and still manages to go close to the first down. He may have gotten the full 10 yards that he needed. Kenny Hill made the tackle. Now Jensen is 6'4", 215 pounds.
I think what he objected to was Watts trying to bend him backwards into a pretzel. bobbles the snap. You know, what's any tight end going to do that's playing quarterback but pick it up and take off running? Now watch here. Watts starts bending him backwards. I think that's what Crash wasn't too happy about.
And he may have had the 10 yards. The change come out for the measurement. He's got it. Not with a large margin, but he still made it. The ball on the Los Angeles 43-yard line. First down. 26 first downs for the Dolphins. 10 more than the Raiders. 9:55 and counting. Time remaining in the ball game. Raiders on top by 1, 20-19. The Raiders were in the neutral zone. They were coming. The snap was high, and the officials blessed us with a plethora of flags.
They had a little safety blitz coming, and they were a little bit anxious.
Yes, I don't blame them.
Legal procedure by the Dolphins.
These have been two of the most successful teams or franchises in the National Football League, joining the Dallas Cowboys. They are the only teams that have won more than 70% of their regular season games. Two really fine football organizations.
They really are, and we were visiting the Raider organization in practice yesterday, and they all seem to be a little happier than normal. And I asked a few questions, and I found out they had just broken training camp. And anytime you can leave training camp and two-a-day practices and go home, you got to have a smile on your face.
Jensen back to throw against a four-man rush. He goes in. He's got a good arm. There was some bumping, and a flag will go down at the 8-yard line. Cephalo, the intended receiver. They're picking on James Davis, and they're going to call pass interference against Davis.
I think what happened, the ball was underthrown, and Cephalo was trying to come back for it. Here we have Cephalo isolated. It's just going to be a straight takeoff pattern, trying to run by Davis. Jensen tries to put it out. Let's see if Cephalo doesn't slow down here.
Defense. First down.
Cephalo looking for the ball,
Yes.
slows down, and Davis, who does not see the ball. I think we've had 3 or 4 instances today where the man, we've had a situation, there's been an offensive receiver and a defensive back looking for the ball, and the man that looks up and sees the ball usually comes out the winner on the play.
Look at the difference in the yards penalized. And not all of them have been accepted today. 8-yard line, first down, goal to go. Joe Carter. Carter from the 8 to the 3. It'll be second down, goal to go.
Stacey Carter. Brent Willis go out there inside.
I have a feeling that your statement of a moment ago that a momentum for winning the ball game is more with the Dolphins than with the Raiders.
They're the only ones that have scored in the second half, I believe. They took the ball, and Carter has scored on a touchdown, a Von Schaman and Del Greco field goal, so we'll see if the Raiders can pull it out.
Jensen, he's got it. Jim Jensen. The go-ahead touchdown for Miami. And he got out of the arms of Stanley Adams.
They've run this play a couple of times earlier. Adams, 59, has the responsibility to contain the quarterback, and once he gets by Adams, he's in to score. A big, strong quarterback like Jensen ran out of the grasp.
Jensen scoring from 3 yards away. Uwe Von Schaman will attempt the extra point. 25-20 Miami. And that is Jensen's first NFL touchdown. And the extra point is good. So the Miami Dolphins now lead the Los Angeles Raiders 26-20 with 8:51 left to go in the ball game. 9 minutes left to go in the ball game, and obviously from here on we're going to look at the marginal players, the rookies, the free agents, the marginal veterans to see who's going to make the cut down.
Well, it's a very important time for them. This may be their last opportunity. A decision has to be made Tuesday, and for a lot of these players, this game is important, just like a regular season game.
Al Del Greco kicking off, and Sam Seal is the return man. He's a big favorite here in Los Angeles. Seal from Western State in Colorado, 5'9", 175-pounder. He's the Raiders' leading receiver in preseason, coming into this ball game with 5 for 106 and a touchdown. And Sanders Shiver makes the tackle. That last drive, 84 plays, 84 yards in 8 plays. It took just over 3 minutes, and it was capped by the quarterback, Jim Jensen. Los Angeles from their own 29-yard line, first down. Wilson has a lot of time, throws it low, and may have been caught by Dokie Williams. Yes, he did. Looked for a moment as if he might have trapped it. A gain of 14 yards on the play to the 43-yard line.
Times have you seen a Raider team come from behind in the fourth quarter to win a football game? You only have to look to last week when Mark Wilson brought the Raiders back against the Redskins to bring them on to victory.
First down. Wilson's pass is complete to Dokie Williams. A gain of 11 and another first down. So spotted at the 46-yard line. Miami territory. So back-to-back first downs for the Raiders. 7:47 and counting time remaining in the fourth quarter as Miami is out in front by a score of 26-20.
Wilson's got him on the gun, got him on the run.
Joe McCall, and he is ridden down about the 43. A flag dropped on the far side of the field. Bill Barnett makes the tackle for Miami. The offensive line for the Raiders, with the exception of Joe Romano at center, replacing Dave Dalby with a groin injury, in the second half has been Steve Sylvester, Kurt Marsh, Dan Mosbar, and Shelby Jordan. Now that's the backup offensive line. Sylvester 6'4", 260. Kurt Marsh 6'5", 270. Mosbar 6'6", 265. Jordan 6'7", 285. Not a large drop-off when you move from the first to the second offensive line for the Raiders.
Offside, number 31, offense, lined up in the neutral zone.
Derek Jensen, the tight end, lined up in the neutral zone.
Talking about the offensive line, would you say they're in the mold of Art Shell?
Yes, every one of them. And that's a nice mold if you're going to play in the National Football League. First and 15 at the Raiders 49. Here's McCall. And he is pulled down close to the 45-yard line in Miami territory by Mark Brown. Stay tuned after our football game for Summer Sunday. For those of you on the West Coast and the mountain zones, it will be seen at its regular time. The two running backs for the Raiders now are Joe McCall and Jeff McCall. No relation. Joe is from Pittsburgh and Jeff is from Clemson. Mark Wilson to throw. Has some pressure, rolls out of it. Almost picks up the first down. Let's see where they spot the ball. It'll be in the neighborhood of the 37-yard line, so it'll be close. Jackie Shipp was there to cover him.
Wilson.
6:25 left. Go ahead.
Wilson has this ability to scramble if the receivers are covered. He's 6'6", but has good feet and good mobility. Tucks it under, protects it as he's going by, and then runs downfield and gets down under. I don't know. I'd like to see him work on the slide a little bit.
You like the quarterbacks to be very definitive when they go down, make that throw.
And not go head first.
Yes.
Don't do it the Pete Rose line. No. Give it the feet first.
Frank Hawkins is in the lineup, third down and a yard. And Hawkins gets the call and the first down. 33-yard line, first down. Today's game is being brought to you by Chevrolet, with the performance, the style, the innovation, the quality, and the value that make up today's Chevrolet. By Monroe Shock Absorbers, makers of the Gasmatic, the most advanced shock Monroe has ever made. And by Quaker State Motor Oil, now an easy-to-pour and easy-to-reseal plastic bottle. 5:25 left to go in the ball game. Charlie Jones, Bob Griese, Miami out in front 26-20, and here come the Raiders. incomplete. Doki Williams, the intended receiver. It'll be 2nd down and 10 back at the 33-yard line. Rodell Thomas had the defensive coverage. Mark Wilson at 6'6", 205 pounds, out of Brigham Young.
He's shaking his head. He says, "Where are you going? You're supposed to go here and go there." That's a problem when you're working early in preseason. You've got a lot of young players in there, a lot of new players. You haven't worked a lot with them. They don't really run the routes exactly the way you want to. You're used to working with the front line players. You know where they're going to be, but sometimes it gets a little exciting when you don't know where the receiver is going to be, where he's supposed to or not.
2nd and 10 at the 33. Good protection, has his man into double coverage, almost caught. And it is the favorite, Sam Seal, number 88. Judson and Paul Langford with the coverage.
Double coverage is right. The ball was slightly underthrown. If it had been thrown more toward the back of the end zone, Seal had a step on both defenders. A good play by Judson and Langford. The thing about Langford is he's got such great speed, he can make up the distance while the ball is in the air. You really have to drill the ball a little bit more to keep it away from the defensive back.
3rd down and 10 at the 33. Wilson has pressure from behind, feels it, steps away, completes the pass. 15-yard line is Doki Williams. William Judson with the tackle, a gain of 18 and a 1st down.
Penalty marker on the field.
And there's a flag down. There's a flag down, of course.
As we see Williams going downfield, 85. Good move. Judson thought he was going to the outside, slips to the inside, makes the reception. I think it's going to be called back.
Yes.
Another penalty on the Raiders.
Holding, number 60, offense.
Holding on Kurt Marsh. That brings the ball out to the 42-yard line. 3rd down, 20.
I like the way Wilson moved around in the pocket that time. As you said, there was a defensive man behind him. He scooted up. The quarterback has to look downfield for his receivers, but yet feel where the pressure is coming and move accordingly.
Penalties, 3-1. Wilson's pass is complete to Doki Williams. He caught it at the 27-yard line. Gain of 15, so it'll be 4th down and still 5 yards to go. Don McNeil makes the tackle.
It's a good play. Pick up some of the yardage, 3rd and real long. Get downfield, and now look for an open spot. Come back to your quarterback. The quarterback is sprinting out, so you've got lots of time. That's tough on a secondary when the quarterback sprints out. The secondary doesn't know where he is. Of course, the receiver does. A lot of the teams in the league now are using that quarterback rollout one way or the other to avoid the rush and also give their receivers more time.
Chris Barr from the 35-yard line, an attempt to 45 yards, but Mark Wilson is the holder.
And he can throw.
But they go with a field goal attempt. And it is good from 45 yards away. So the Raiders pull within 3 of the Miami Dolphins. It's 26-23, 4:02 left to go. What comes this far?
I'm impressed with the offenses. The defenses really have been had an off day. I think when you use that many people, it's kind of tough to get the continuity, but the coaches will have a lot of film to look at, and really that's what they're out here and interested in. Let me evaluate the people that are on the football field. Of course, decisions have to be made by Tuesday.
And that's, of course, what preseason is all about. Kickoff will be down in the end zone, and so Miami will bring it out to the 20-yard line. Joe Carter was the man who downed it. So let's see what Miami can get going here in the last 3 minutes and 56 seconds of the game. Is there a particular style or type of offense that you run as far as Miami is concerned? I mean, you're twixt and tween as far as winning is concerned. You're leading by 3, 26-23. you don't want to be too conservative because you still want to look at some ball players.
I think what you have to do is, and the primary concern is making first downs. Whether you run it or whether you throw it, you've got to make first downs to control the clock. At the same time, look at the players you want to look at.
Andre Franklin. Kenny Hill with the tackle. A gain of 8 to the 28-yard line. It'll be second down and a couple. And of course, one of the ways that you do this is control first down. When you pick up 5, 6, or 7 yards on first down, then you can play around as far as your offense is concerned.
First downs have really increased in how important they are in the league because of all the situation substitutions defensively. If you don't make it on first down, they'll send in their pass rushers and their defensive backs and stop them.
Andre Franklin picking up the first down. 7 yards to the 35-yard line. Kenny Hill with the tackle. Moving on the 3-minute mark, time remaining. So I wonder if Don Shula is, in reality, maybe running out the clock here. Maybe he wants to stay on the ground. But again, first down is what sets it up.
Well, I think as long as he's picking up 4 and 5 yards, usually if you can make 4 yards on first down, that's a positive play for the offense. Because if you put 3 4-yard plays together, obviously you'll have a first down. So if they can make 4 yards on first down, they'll keep running.
It's there. 25-yard line. Jimmy Cephalo got behind Gardner Williams of St. Mary's. Gardner, the rookie taken in the 11th round of the draft, and the son of Howie Williams, the former defensive back for the Raiders in the late 60s, and a gain of 40 yards for the Dolphins.
Jensen sees it all the way, just man-to-man, and lays it up. What a touch. Great throw, Cephalo right there. You make me feel old, Charlie, when you say Williams is the son of, because I played against his father.
I'm impressed with Jim Jensen at quarterback. We've got the 2-minute warning. We'll come back talking about him. The score, 26-23, Miami leads. Is to go in this preseason game between the Miami Dolphins and the Los Angeles Raiders. The Dolphins out in front by 3, 26-23, and have possession at the Los Angeles 25. I'm impressed with the touch of Jim Jensen at quarterback. He's basically not a quarterback. He is a special teams player, a wide receiver, a tight end. He can play defensive back. He can snap the ball on kicks. But he has a nice feel for the game, doesn't he?
Biscuits.
You bet. And he'll help put all the equipment aboard the charter. You can count on that. Joe Carter. And he'll lose a couple to the 27-yard line. It'll be second down 12. Mitch Willis, the rookie from SMU for the Raiders, brought him down.
You're right, Charlie. He is very versatile, and that obviously Shula is as happy as he can be about that. I'm not so sure about Dean May, because this gives him an interesting Shula a lot of ways to go, because if Jensen can play quarterback, the third string, this makes Dean May's chance of making the club maybe a little bit dimmer.
Dan Marino, of course, expected to be the starting quarterback. Fracture of that index finger, but it seems to be getting better. But he was throwing a little in practice this week, right?
He was throwing last week and could have played some today. He said Shula didn't want to risk it. He'll play next week, probably play the entire ball game, because he's just in his second year, and he really needs to take as many snaps in preseason as he can. He needs to see the defensive coverages. And it's going to be interesting for Dan, because last year when he played, it was the first time a lot of the defenses saw him. Now they have a book on him. They know what he likes to do, and it may be a little bit more difficult for him.
That's next Friday night at Tampa Bay. The clock has been stopped with 1:52 left to go in the ball game. Miami second and 12 at the Los Angeles 27-yard line. Incomplete. Matt Moore, the intended receiver. Ricky Williams played his collegiate ball at Langston, was the man for the Raiders. Jim Jensen, he's completed 3 of 5 for 66 yards. He has rushed 3 times for 16. He has 2-yard outing in total offense. Third down 12. Lofts it. Incomplete. Joe Rose, looking over his right shoulder, had to turn left. Still, he almost made the play.
Great effort on Rose's part. Dolphins are still going for the end zone. They're not happy just sitting on it. It's a good call because 3rd and 10 or 11, you expect the Dolphins to go for a first down. They go for a touchdown. He's going down, looks to the outside, and then comes back inside, looking for the ball. Where is it, Joe?
There it is.
Right shoulder or left?
Oh, and he almost made it. 44-yard field goal attempt by Al Del Greco. Don Strock holding. Jeff Taves, the center. And it is good from 44 yards away. So Miami now leads 29-23. 1:36 left to go in the ball game. Let's check the big stuff. Sam Seal and Greg Pruitt are set to return the kickoff of Uwe von Schaman. And it will be the exciting Sam Seal. And he fumbles it. And it's in the field of play. Now you got to go with it, Sam. Well, he turns a touchback into excitement. Chance for us to thank our executive producer, Michael Weissman, the coordinating producer of NBC Football, Ted Nathanson. Today's telecast has been produced by the indomitable George Finkel, directed by Ted Nathanson. Ted, by the way, in San Diego, checking out that ball game last night. Dick Roker, our technical director, John Filippelli and Eric Bell, our halftime producers, and Ray Benassi, our associate director, and so many, many people here at the Coliseum that make this telecast possible. I just kind of front through those, didn't I, Bob? Was it not one of the
easy for you to say.
No, it wasn't easy. That was the problem. Wilson dodging some pressure. He completes the pass. Clee Montgomery. 33-yard line. And now the Raiders in their hurry-up offense with a 2-minute drill. 1:15 and counting. Robert Sowell making the tackle. A gain of 23 on the last play. Wilson still on his feet. And a flag is down. Followed immediately by 3 others. That'll be pass interference. Clee Montgomery, the intended receiver, and it looked as if Don McNeil got there before the football did.
I think he did. You know, the fans are really getting into this. They want this 2-minute drill. Here we see Bowser, 56, coming around Marsh, gets a piece of Wilson. Not long enough for the sack. Wilson with his mobility. 28 fouls, 28. McNeil, Clee Montgomery.
Yes, I would say he got there.
Just a little early. Right?
Arrived at the point of impact before the ball. First down, 41-yard line. Dolphins lead by 6. Throwing this one away, avoiding the loss, stopping the clock, 54 seconds. Sam Seal was the closest receiver. Judson had the coverage on him. 41-yard line will be 2nd down and 10.
It's a heck of a ball game.
It's becoming a bit exciting here.
6-point lead.
Yes.
29-23, a touchdown and an extra point.
Block the extra point, we're into overtime. So don't go away. You never know. Tom Flores, the head coach of the Super Bowl defending champion Raiders. They're going to be tough again. Mark Wilson. Good scramble. Pass is complete to Hawkins. And he is out of bounds at the 41-yard line. That was the line of scrimmage, but it does stop the clock. Judson was there for the defense. Now, Wilson is 6'6", 205 pounds. He is very agile for a man of that size.
I was thinking the same thing, a little pirouette. You know, you don't have to be a great runner, just be able to have quick feet, and that's the key for Wilson. He has quick feet, and he can move in a short area quickly and then just get out of trouble. There he didn't have to go very far, but just avoid that sack was a great move, and then threw the ball away.
And he doesn't lose his cool, and he seems to be able to pick up a read of where his receivers are right after he scrambles. As his man is Dokey Williams. He hits him. It's Dokey down the sidelines, out of bounds at the 7-yard line. William Judson saved the touchdown. 52 yards. Mark Wilson to Dokey Williams, who played his collegiate ball at UCLA. At UCLA, this used to be their home field. It was when Dokey was playing for them.
What a great throw in between two receivers behind Judson and Langford. Judson catches up. A great move, though, by Dokey Williams. He set up the deep receiver and got behind the short outside man, and a perfect throw. What allowed that to happen was the good protection that he had in the pocket.
The ball just inside the 8-yard line. First down, goal to go. 36 seconds left. Miami leading by 6. Gets away from one sack, throws it, it's intercepted in the end zone. And a flag is down. William Judson with the interception. No, they're going to rule him down in the grass. Look, that now I can tell you that smile means it's preseason.
I want to tell you right here, Shula is saying he's in the grasp and control of. Call him down, call him down. Wilson makes a great effort. Now Shula says, no, he wasn't in the grasp and control of. It's an interception. Oh, what a great effort on the part of Wilson to get out of that. He says, I got to think this over.
Now, what happened, of course, being in the grass when they came back, the clock started again. It was stopped till he sorted it out because he thought it was the interception in the end zone. And then it ran down, and he said, wait a minute, let's not panic. We've got time for a couple more plays. If we take a timeout, and then we can go for the win.
You know, that whole sequence there, I flash back to, I don't know what year it was, 1974, when Ken Stabler was in the grasp and control of Vern Denherter, I believe, in the championship game. We were out here playing the Raiders, and Stabler was hit, and as he was going down, he threw an end-over-end pass to, who was there on the receiving end? Clarence Davis.
Clarence Davis.
And that was almost
it took me a little while.
Replay. Yes.
Had to go through the rule.
Yeah, a little quicker, please.
Okay. Now, you know what that reminded me of? It reminded me of a promo. Join us next Friday night with NBC Sports. We'll be back here in the Coliseum. The world champion Raiders will be hosting the New York Jets. Next Friday night, 9 p.m. Eastern Time, 6 p.m., of course, on the coast. This one's not over, eh? This is kind of an exciting thing. Mark Wilson, 9 of 17, 151 yards. 10 seconds. Cleve Montgomery is one wide receiver. Dokey Williams is the other. Incomplete. Derek Jensen, the tight end. 4 seconds left. William Judson had the coverage. But notice that Wilson threw the ball, so it was going to be incomplete if Jensen made a super miraculous climb up the ladder play. Otherwise, he couldn't be intercepted. He was not going to be intercepted on that play.
The other thing he made sure he did was throw it into the end zone. You've got to get it in there. 4 seconds left. You've got to throw it into the end zone. You don't want to complete it short of. Of course, this is the last play anyway. You've got one play left, but he didn't. The last play, he didn't want to let the clock run down on a completed pass.
So they take the timeout. 4 seconds left to decide the victor, Miami or Los Angeles.
What they're doing right now, Charlie, they're talking about what the last 2 coverages have been and what they think the coverage is going to be, and then they'll decide what do we think we have best to combat that.
What do you figure that the coverage will be in this situation for Miami?
I think the time before, when they had him in the grasp and control and the sack, they had a safety blitz on. They blitzed him. The last time they dropped back into coverage. It'd be interesting to see if they come with a safety blitz again. They're very aggressive down in this area, and be interesting to see what kind of philosophy they come up with. I kind of think they're going to drop off in coverage.
You have better percentage going with your coverage, don't you? Because of a safety blitz, if they pick it up, safety blitz automatically gives you a hole in the defense for them to pick it if they can pick it up.
It gives you man-to-man coverage in the secondary, no double coverage, and if you feel like you can cover man-on-man, that's the way to go.
Well, now that we have covered both sides of that coin, let's see what the Raiders and the Dolphins do. 4 seconds to go. Pass is tipped. It is incomplete. And with that play, this preseason game comes to a close. The final score, the Miami Dolphins 29, the Los Angeles Raiders 23. They each have one more preseason game, Miami at Tampa Bay. The Raiders against the Jets next Friday.
You saw that last shot of Mark Wilson. You can't tell him it was a preseason game. He's a winner, and he wanted to win.
It has been a warm afternoon in Los Angeles. For Bob Griese, I'm Charlie Jones. So long, everybody.